All right, so you see where it says live, the stream is live?
Okay, I think we're live. Could everybody
Rebecca,
hear?
congratulations. This is the first time that you're holding our meeting.
I know, I feel so important.
Well, and you are important, and I thank you so much. I love what you're doing to the house. Oh, I had one of those things. I love those cats on the door frame.
Isn't
I
that the
had one of
coolest?
those.
I
I
love it.
I loved it too, man. I don't know what happened to mine,
I
but
don't even know where it came from, to be honest with you, but
I love that. Absolutely love that.
before we get started, I don't know if anybody's really, I know we have a few people, but I just wanted to say, I just feel like there is so much going on in the world with everybody. Everybody has something, and it makes me want to try to be a kinder, nicer person because you just don't know what somebody's dealing with. I mean, they can come on here and seem happy go lucky, like life is great, but we really don't know what everyone's dealing with behind the scenes. So, me, myself, I'm going to try to be a nicer person to everyone because you just don't know, and one little thing can set someone off or set them back. So I'm just going to make a better effort to be nice to everybody, not knowing what everyone is going through in life. So that's all. Just wanted to share that.
I think that's wonderful. I'm going to be a little bit more skeptical, my friend.
That's
And I'm
me.
gonna,
That's my normal.
hey, Bouncing Tigger, we have a few people joining us. We have Kathleen's here, Milk Honey and Mayhem, the
Good.
Country Life of Chicken Lady, which is my bird's mom, my bird Flash. Uh, their mom is the Country Life of Chicken Lady. And I got pictures and a video of my Flash. Hi, Carissa, how you doing? I feel like it's great to be kind, and I start
Yes.
off with kind, but then people confuse kind with weak, and I have to put my foot down and say, yeah, let me determine what I consider weak and what I consider kind.
Right.
And
No,
that'll be my determination for me.
right. Now, I'm still going to be cautious and skeptical, but I'm just going to try to be a little more nice. And unlike my old self lashing out and telling people where I think they should go, I'm going to take a breath first
Right, right, right.
before I do that. So,
Um, I think that you're a really nice person. Hi, Marianne. I think
thanks.
you're a really nice person anytime I've encountered you, and I've encountered you, at shitty places in your life, and you've always been really kind to me.
No, I mean, I normally I am, but I feel like, when you've gone through the shit that I've gone through with everything that happened with Corey and my son and everything else in life, in the house, and you start thinking like everybody's out to get you, and it's hard to be kind because you feel like everyone's out to get you, so you start to not be so nice. And I have to remind myself that although all of these things have happened to me, it doesn't mean that everybody in the world is a mean nasty person. So I can't run around acting like that. I have to try to be nice, and I do. I mean, I am normally a nice person, but
Oh,
I
I know. I believe that. I think you're a nice person.
I can be triggered though, just like anybody else. I can be triggered into not being a nice person, and I'm trying to work on not having such a short fuse anymore because I'm trying to get past that and trying to be more calm, more happy, more.
Right,
So,
right.
but
So, let me ask if anybody has any like thing that they want to share this week. So I'm not able to like pin comments, but it seems like Rebecca has the chat going right here, so we can see everything. You know what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
don't
And
know how to do
I'm
that.
gonna keep my eye on the chat because Rebecca asked me to. So I'm gonna do the best I can to keep my eye on the chat. But
Yeah,
was anybody supposed to come and talk this week? And I know there's not that many of you because not everybody knows where we're at. Let me check my emails and see. Hi, Mindy.
oh, hi Mindy, haven't seen you in a while.
Um, I refer to myself as pleasant instead of nice. There's a huge difference. There you go.
Yeah.
That's Carissa. She says, yeah. All right. So let me see. Hang on one second here. I just want to check my emails, see if I can. Let's see. Sorry about that. Mm, 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 mm. Hang on, guys. I'm going through stuff. I just want to see if there was anybody.
Yeah. Some people might have found it on yours.
Yeah, I went ahead and did that. I see some emails. Um, I don't want to just get into reading somebody's email. It doesn't seem like. I don't know if this has anything. Oh, these are really long. I can't read this really long thing. Like, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that's just
I
mad
don't
long.
know if last week when I thought someone wanted to come on this week. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe they said in the future, not meaning like this
Well,
week.
I'm trying to see if we have any old emails because I always ask them to put in the subject, coming on the show or
Right.
sharing your story or you know what I mean because I have
Yeah.
so much email here.
Somebody's saying that the link that they clicked on didn't work. Um, Marion Bergman.
I
Did you
don't
see
know.
that? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what link you clicked on, but I'm glad you got here.
Yeah, you're here, so that's good. We're happy for that.
So I don't know what link. Um, who's picking on you, Milk Honey and Mayhem? I'm not mad. That's just how I look. Guys, got anything you want to share this week? But I can. So basically, people are talking about people talking about when they get upset.
Yeah, no, I think we can all be triggered. I think it's just human nature, that you can be. My, I always use the excuse that if I'm pushed so far, I think
Right, right,
everybody
right. Everybody
has
has their
a point.
limits and boundaries.
Yeah. But my thing is, I kind of say hateful things that I wish I could take back, but you know how words are. Once they're out there, you can't retract
Yeah.
them.
I used to be like that, and I'm
Yeah,
so grateful that I have, I'm so grateful, or maybe I just haven't been pushed that far. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
yeah,
People know, and yeah,
it's very difficult sometimes. And I always, after I say it, I regret it. But like
yeah,
I said, you can't take it back. I'm working
yeah,
on it. And I'm good. Sometimes I'm really good, but it depends on the day. If it could be several incidents, like somebody being rude at the grocery store and then something else happening. And then that third person does something to me and they're the ones that get it. They feel the wrath because I'm so pissed off at everybody else from the day. Do you know what I mean? It's not that
absolutely, yeah.
normal.
Because like a lot of times, like I had since I moved, there was like this cable issue because I think I said where I was gonna move, I didn't move, and something was set up, but it was canceled, and the equipment wasn't ever taken out of the box, and all of this shit,
Mm,
and these people are still getting charged. I'm not even living there or by there, and and I can't just tell them, look, you have to deal with the cable company. Of course I'm gonna, because originally it was me that made the phone call and everything, and but it's not my fault that the cable company's so stupid they can't see that the equipment is
exactly.
done. I mean, I have the receipt that the equipment was returned and
Right.
unopened, so but you have to sit there, and by the time I got off the third phone call after over an hour, I wouldn't want to be the next person that comes in contact with me.
No,
No.
no, because you're worked up from that person.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hmm.
I know the feeling.
Marianne says you can only take so much, Rebecca. Milk Honey and Mayhem says the worst is when you just wake up pissed off and you don't know why. Well, it's a dream you had that you don't remember, I'm convinced. That's what I think it is. Because we live when we're dreaming, we're living it, we're feeling it, we're going through it. If you took somebody's blood pressure after a nightmare, you would see that. You would see on the heart rate and stuff, you would see it on a heart monitor.
Yeah.
Just so you could wake up and you could not remember what you just went through, but you could have had a horrific dream. And I
Yeah.
believe that.
I had a crazy dream once when I was married to my first husband. I had a dream that he was cheating on me, and I woke up and I hit him on the shoulder, and I was so mad. But then I had to realize like it was a dream.
That
But
happened to me. Somebody did that to me. And I thought that was really friggin' unfair because I was sleeping right next to them, clearly
right,
not.
I know, but it just seemed real. And I woke up so pissed off. And I mean, I laughed about it later, but and then I still thought, well, maybe did it happen? And, I was really questioning myself. Like I thought I must be going crazy, but it's happened.
The
I'm sure
country
you did a
life of
good job.
chicken lady says dream cheating is the worst.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then if it really happens, it's even more traumatizing. But
Carissa says someone would have to be extremely confrontational for me to make a fuss. I'm fairly emotionally bulletproof.
yeah.
Um,
So I had something funny happen. You know how I said I wanted to get chickens and roosters at my new house?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, I had a rooster yesterday for a little time. He came to visit me. Um,
Okay.
I had a few people over, for a
We got
barbecue.
somebody here from Sri Lanka, just so you know. Thank you, Kason. Welcome.
Oh, nice. So I'm looking out my kitchen window and I see my little dog, my little poodle, running across the yard, and Brianna kind of walking slowly and looking up in the air like the sky is falling or something. And this bird was in flight. It was flying, but very low to the ground. I didn't know that roosters and chickens could fly. And my dog was chasing it, and it ended up sitting on top of my fence. So I went out there and I wanted to pick it up, but I was afraid of it.
Right.
And he wouldn't leave. But somehow we managed to kind of not chase him, but guide him back to the yard that he belonged to. And do you know he came back later? He wanted to stay at the party. So
Good.
they hung out with him a little bit, and then somebody picked him up and took him back next door. But I said, here's my chance. It was a rooster. I'm like, wow, look at this. I have one now. Now I just get the chickens and I'm set. But it was kind of neat. Anyway,
You-
it has nothing to do.
Apparently, you don't need the rooster for the chickens
Yeah,
to
I know.
lay eggs.
You guys already educated me on that. I
I
did.
just learned that too. Apparently, Into the Weeds podcast. How you doing?
Good morning. But like I said, we go off topic so much here, but I think people like that. So, you know, we
Yep.
usually get back to topic at some point, but it takes a minute sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's life. That's what our topic is.
Pretty
Basically, it's
much, yeah,
life.
it's life.
You
And,
know.
I say it all the time, things that I dealt with this weekend or something you may be dealing with in life. If you're someone who has a substance abuse problem, that would be a trigger, I think, right?
Absolutely. Of
You
course,
know,
an excuse, an
and
easy excuse.
right. And so that's how this all comes into topic, daily life. But for someone struggling, it can be 10 times worse than it is for you or me. Yeah, I get pissed off. I say stupid things that I regret, but I'm not
Mhm.
going to use something to make myself feel better later on. And
Mhm.
other people would. And that's what we're here to talk about.
Right. 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 So you see that there's three dots, right, to the right of these people's names.
Yes.
Okay. So click on one of those three dots.
Wait a minute. Now I don't see in the chat you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if I click on just random,
Yeah. Any one of the people's three dots. You see
It
it?
it
What's it
says
tell you?
delete, put user in timeout or ban user.
Okay, just so you know that that's there. If there's anything inappropriate in the chat, you know what to do. Just delete
Oh,
it.
I didn't know that. Thank you. I'm so
Okay.
used to you. I'm following your lead all the time. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, sometimes I have to do that. I don't even share it with you. There might be
Okay,
something that I
yeah.
see in the chat that I just got to get rid of. So I just want you to see it that it's there.
Okay.
Um, so triggers are ingrained in your limbic system. Is that the Mindy that came on the
Yes.
thing with us? Okay. Hey, Mindy.
Yeah.
Kathleen, it's lovely
She
to have.
uses big words sometimes that I don't understand.
It's all right.
I'll
Um,
Google it later what that means.
Into the Weeds podcast, and Rebecca did, and I know this is off topic, but they did do an interview together, um, where they were talking about Corey and changes in the system,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah, so and that's military broadcast
Yes.
radio, and
Yes.
that's Into the Weeds, guys.
Um, I forgot what I was going to say. That happens
Um,
a lot.
that's all right.
I don't know. So, do you remember? Did anybody say anything about coming on this week, or was it just in the future somebody may have
I
said?
don't. I thought that somebody said something, but I can't find it, and I'm looking at the emails again.
Yeah, I think they probably would have reached out to you because
Yeah, like what happened, Toddie? Where are you, Toddie? Toddie, where you be? Hmm, I don't see anybody that's doing that. Hang on. Hmm.
yeah, I don't know why I keep thinking somebody said something about this week because it was late in the show and we were getting ready to wrap it up last week. And I just, maybe not though. And maybe they just changed their mind. But, um, anybody who ever wants to come on, just say it and we'll bring you in. You can talk.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
like we say, as long as your story is truthful, you're
Right. Yeah, your
legitimate.
story should be truthful. Absolutely. Usually we meet with somebody during the week. Do you have your phone, Rebecca?
I do, yes.
I sent you a message.
Okay.
Um, Shorty Pie, I agree. It gets scary on the road. I always shout out to myself, hello, people, I'm driving here. I will in the near future. I thought so as well. Um, anyway, I didn't see where anybody was here. I had an interesting week. I can't get into it all. My schedule's changed a wee bit. So I feel good about it, and I'm gonna run with it. And yeah, there's some changes, and you shorty pie, please pay attention if you're driving. Please pay attention if you're driving.
Toddy, all we can do is run with it, whatever we're handed. What choice do we have?
Yeah, but you gotta, you just got, well, here's the thing. I don't know, like first, before you start running with it, you need to unpack it.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
just
right.
run with it. Don't just run with it. Thank you, Carissa. It's more in my shoulder now and in my neck, to be honest with you. Yeah, but thank you for asking. My back does feel better, except I did go to do something, but that was my fault. But yeah, it's my shoulder and my neck. But thank you for asking. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that the thing is that, see, I used to be guilty of just reaction. Like, I would just react.
Yeah,
And there were times that I was usually right, but the way that I went about it was wrong. So
right.
nobody heard the message. They just ran from the sound of how loud it was. Because I used to yell a lot. And I really have worked on that. And I am so grateful that I don't behave in that manner anymore, because who fuck really hears you? I mean, when you start shouting at somebody, all they do is feel either small or they want to puff bigger,
Right.
and there is no interaction there. It's only who's louder, and that's not necessarily who's right. So, I think it's really important to, not react so quickly. I know
Yeah,
sometimes you're in the moment and all you have is that moment and you hope that you react correctly. But yeah, sometimes it's hard, man. People push our buttons. Sometimes it's
yeah.
hard.
I shared with you privately earlier today what
Hmm.
something that happened
Yeah. I
yesterday.
would keep that private between
Oh,
us,
most
though.
definitely. But I feel awful about it. I really do. But like I said, I can't take it back.
Yeah, but now you learn from it, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure 100% as bad as you feel that you will not let that happen again.
No, no, no. It's just, it was, I was just very upset and,
With
but
good reason, with very good
right.
reason.
But I
Yeah.
handled it. I didn't need to
They
handle
brought you
it.
down to their level, didn't they?
Yeah. And I don't like that
Yeah,
because
no, no, no,
that's not
because
fair.
that means they won. They
Yes.
win when they bring you down to their level. They win. They take you out of character.
Yeah.
They get you out of character.
Yeah. I'm not proud of it. But it will not happen again. I can tell you that. It's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people here can relate to saying something they wish they could take back.
Yep.
I think we've all done it. We're all guilty of it. And, getting back to addiction and, my son Gino, as you all know, passed away from a fentanyl overdose. I've said things to him that I wish I never said. And, he said things to me that I'm certain he wishes he never said. But once you say it, you can't take it back and you can apologize, but that person still heard it. It's there, and I feel bad that I did that, but with Gino, he pushed me to my limits daily with, me saying, why can't you just be right? Why do you have to do this to me? And
Right.
he's like, I'm doing it to myself. I'm not doing it to you, but oh, it was a struggle. And there were a lot of things that were said, you know, works both ways. And I regret a lot, but, he still knew how much I loved him and cared about him. And, so that's important. But like I said, there were things I said I wish I didn't say, and I think we've all done it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely so. Absolutely so. But it is especially hard when we lose somebody and we haven't quite maybe you know hmm, I try to be very conscious of situations when I stop or pull myself away from talking to somebody and I think, this very well might be the last thing that they hear from me. You know what I mean? But if that's the best I got, that's the best I have. You know what I
Right.
mean? Maybe it's better that's the last thing they hear from me than something before I've worked it out in my own head. Nobody needs to hear the process of how I work things out. You know what I mean? That might be that might not be very good. I'd hate to see people around me, when I'm working shit out in my own head because I don't think it's always nice. So because I live alone, a lot of times I bitch to the dogs, so they know
Yeah.
what's going on.
And
100.
they listen, right?
They'll never tell on me, man. I trust them so much, you know. So yeah, yes, the answer would be correct, Rebecca. I'm answering your question. Yeah, you got
Yeah. Yeah. I
okay.
hear you.
This is,
Anyway,
well, Kason, why did you feel the need to try to unalive yourself? You need to go. I don't know what country you're in, but you need to
got to talk to somebody.
you need to seek help. Um, Especially, I mean, we're just here in the United States listening. I'm not KSAC anymore, and Rebecca's not licensed, but you need to seek help because, in a month, the whole situation can change and you'll wish you were here.
Exactly.
So, it's it. Listen, I'm not saying it's easy to do that, but it's hard to live this life. It is hard.
Yeah,
It's very hard
it
to live
is.
this life, but isn't it worth it? I mean, don't you have people that are worth living for? If you can't find it in yourself at the moment, you got to start looking around you at the people that love and care about you and borrow them as your inspiration for life for a little while until you find your own again. Because the situation will change. The scenery is going to change. You just got to hang on. If there weren't bad times, we'd not appreciate the good times.
Exactly.
If you need to go seek some help because not every day's roses and it sucks, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. You've been withdrawing for 5 years.
That
That might
doesn't
not
seem right.
be. That might not be. Yeah, there might be other issues. 5 years, there might be other issues. So
Yeah, I mean, that would be something I think you're going to have to talk to a medical doctor about. That doesn't seem
yeah,
right.
5 years is a long time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would think that I we're not professionals, but you know,
Okay, well,
yeah, I
I
mean, listen, you don't want to talk, just sit here and listen then. Maybe you'll absorb something we're saying and it'll help you.
absolutely. Does anybody have anything that they want to talk about in the comments or anything? I'm gonna. Hey, Jeanette, how you doing? I'm sorry, I did the best I could. Hey, 1980, the people have found us. They have found us.
See, you brought them, Toddy. You brought them here.
No, uh, you brought them here. I just showed them the way, lady.
Very
I just,
good.
I pointed the direction. You brought them here. So Marianne said, I had to cut off two very close friends due to the chaos they were bringing into my life. They were just using me. It's very easy. People will treat you exactly the way you allow them to.
No, that's the truth. Anyway,
Yeah, I saw that. Good call.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
here to talk and listen, but if someone's not receptive to that, then I don't quite understand the point.
Well, not only that, but there's a bunch of women here, and to be the one sole guy talking about naked, it wasn't a good look
I
anyway.
missed that. I didn't, I'm glad you
Yeah,
told
that
me.
wasn't a
I
good look
didn't see
anyway.
it.
Oh, okay. So, 1980 did a video yesterday,
Oh,
and they're saying I was thinking about Corey when I made my video on Munchausen by proxy yesterday. It's like there's no in between. CPS will act on nothing or ignore everything.
yeah, pretty much. I hear story after story about the failure of child protective services all over, not just where I live in New Jersey, but everywhere. The whole system needs an overhaul. Somebody needs to oversee CPS. And I know there is somebody that does, but whoever that is, they're not doing their job. Because, like I said, there's been several more Corys since Corey passed away. And help me with the
And
case,
there was Corey's before Corey,
right?
you
Uh,
know?
one case comes to mind. It was two parents. I can't think of the last name right now. Emmanuel was the baby.
Baby
The
Emmanuel.
mother said he was kidnapped, and now if I'm not mistaken, they claim to have found him deceased. Is that correct? Anybody here know about that case? I know we're not,
Baby Emmanuel.
but
Baby Emmanuel, right?
yeah, yeah.
I think so. I think you are correct.
It makes me sick to my. I'm choking up talking about it because this the father already had open cases against another
Yes,
child, his daughter, that
yes.
he beat severely. Shook her so violently that she was in the hospital. And yet he still has this other access to this other child. And look what happens. What,
Yep. Yeah.
you there, we can't let this keep happening, but how do you change it? Nobody listens. You talk, you go on different shows, you talk to people, you write letters, you write emails. Nobody's listening. It's still happening.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that one, Rebecca. I wish I did. It just to me,
Yeah,
the whole system, the whole system is like you said. The whole system needs an overhaul, but they really need to, instead of just lip service, they actually need to understand. They need they need to admit that the system is a failure right now. The
right.
system
And
is a failure right now.
Country Life said that, they're overworked. So the good workers that really care are just so overworked. But I understand being overworked, but we're talking about children's lives, not, putting the wrong color out on display at Macy's or something,
Right. No, exactly, exactly. I
I
agree.
mean,
I agree.
I,
One
I
million
get being
percent agree.
overworked, but you can't afford to, slack off in that kind of job. Or I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but, it's that's not a job where you can,
No, that's one of the most important jobs in the world. It's kind of like teaching. You can't slack off
I
and
agree.
try to promote the youth. That is, those are the people that are going to be taking care of the country when all is gone. I mean, you have to pay attention to that. You have to pay
Right.
attention, period. But I
Yeah.
mean, to children especially, Shorty Pie said that he, you know, BEAT that child at 10 weeks old.
The daughter before it went
Yeah,
wrong.
that's what she says in the
Yeah,
comments.
it's terrible. I just can't imagine how a child was allowed to be in the care of this man, unless maybe we don't know the whole story. Maybe he wasn't supposed to be present. Who knows? I haven't
But
really.
when that's the case, Rebecca, they need to stay in touch and make sure.
They
They
do.
need to do that.
And, I heard DCPMP or CPS workers say that, oh, I made contact. Yeah, you knocked on the door, not in this particular case, but in,
Right?
oh, we knocked on the door. Okay, but nobody answered. So that's not making contact. You didn't make contact. Your hand made contact with the door, the doorbell, but you didn't see the child in question. You didn't, and that's not good enough that you
Well,
made.
that happened with Timothy Ferguson, the little boy that was starved to death by his mom and his brother fed him hot sauce. Like CPS, I think went there one time and like it was a joke.
No, it's,
Ruby Frankie and they didn't answer the door, so CPS just left. 1980 said.
yeah. See, that's not good enough. Okay, they didn't answer the door this time, so you leave a little sticky note like UPS, and you go
Yeah,
back.
and you must call back, and you must call back.
If they don't call
There
back,
shouldn't be an option to call. You must call back.
exactly. And if they don't in a certain time frame, you need to go back out there. And if they don't answer, then the police need to come with you. I mean, it's not that simple to see when somebody's hiding something from you.
Right.
You need to make contact with the child in question and any other children in the house.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, Milk just said you call the police and make them open the door. Yeah, that's exactly what should happen. Especially in the case of baby Emmanuel, there's already a history there. There's no
Exactly.
way
Yeah.
that somebody shouldn't have been on top of that family.
I agree. I agree 1,000,000%.
It's, this is what's happening. And like I said, we speak about it, in Justice for Corey, and I try on Can You Hear Me Now? But I'm only one person. I reach a lot of people at times, but they need to make the noise. And then those people, we have to,
Right.
I don't know how to do it. I'm trying, I can't, we're trying to get a law passed here in New Jersey. I can only do what I can do to make that happen. I mean, at this point, it's out of my hands. We presented it. It's supposedly in the works, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, didn't she do some sort of interview or something?
Yeah, we actually, not. in reference to Corey's Law, but we did just do an interview about Corey's story with it's Prime Crime. It's they're partnered somehow with Law and Crime, who covered Corey's trial live.
Yeah.
Um, so they came out to the house last week, and we had a very nice interview with the gentleman Chris that came out. And we even went to the cemetery to visit Corey's grave. He wanted to go there, and very, very nice crew that he brought with him. I mean, after filming, they stayed and talked to me for 40 more minutes about Corey and how they felt about the other family. And it was a nice interview. It's going to air sometime in September. I'll let everybody know when.
Yeah, please, we'll go ahead and we'll link it on the channels and
But,
such.
you know, I felt with them like how I feel about you, Toddie. You're real, and I can tell that. And that's how I felt with this man that came out and his film crew. They weren't just there doing a job. Do you know what I mean?
Right, right, right. They really feel the
They,
case. They want to make a
yeah,
difference.
they
Yeah,
were very, compassionate, and
right.
you can feel that, when they're not just there for a story,
Yeah,
and
absolutely, absolutely.
I'm just happy that somebody reached out and wants to cover Corey's story, because, I've had a lot of people that jumped on board and then fell off ship.
Right,
Where
right.
are they now? And I get it. Other stories come up and life goes on, but it's hurtful.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I get it. I definitely get
But
it. Where are we with the book?
I'm waiting because there's something I think I might need to change in the near future, having to do
Okay.
with Chris's appeal.
Okay.
Um, I believe there's some movement on that, so I'm kind of waiting,
Okay.
um, because I might want to include something, because I don't know what the outcome of that is going to be, and I think that might be important to make another chapter, I guess, maybe.
Right.
As much as I thought I was going to be done, I'm kind of getting this information that's moving somehow, and I want to see where that goes
Right.
before I finish, because I might want to include that.
Well, let me ask you a question. And I mean, I don't even know if it's, I don't know, but an idea is
Hmm.
that, you could speak to the publishing house and let them know that. And maybe so many books could be released under the first edition.
Right, and that's what we talked about.
Yeah,
Should
okay.
we just, make there be another book after this one? Just cut
Well, it
this.
would be like a second edition. So, like,
Right,
maybe you get 500 on the first edition. The second edition, you know, just has, and you can also put in the book, like, you could put in the book to check, obviously your website, put your website in there and the Facebook page and all that for
right,
updates.
right. I thought about it because I
You
really
have to.
want to get it
You should
out. I
definitely
want
have that, but in your book, you should definitely have in your book, the Facebook page, and there should be a reference in there saying that, um, any changes in the case will be on the Facebook page, so that anybody that even buys the book would be able to know. Oh well, look, he's got an appeal coming. Look, the appeal, it was denied, as we pray to God.
Right. Yeah. So, like I said, I want to get it out, but I'm kind of waiting. And then, it was discussed, well, maybe there would be a second, or, something. So I'm going to talk to them again this week and see where everything's at. And I might just have to say, okay, I'm doing it, I'm getting it out. And that'll have to be part two or whatever. You know,
Or again, I mean, seriously, you don't even have to have a part two because that happens a lot, Rebecca. I mean,
yeah, I
life
guess
goes
just like you
on.
said, update them, tell them to look for the Facebook, or,
Well, you should have your Facebook page in that book anyway,
yeah, yeah, I
so that,
do. And
okay, and
I've
yeah, and
also,
then have something saying that, any new information will be in on the Facebook page, which you
right,
could
yeah,
find
yeah, I
here.
did
Yeah,
include that.
yeah,
But you're
good.
right. I
Yeah,
guess they
absolutely.
wouldn't have to write a whole book. They could just go on for
Yeah,
updates.
because why do you have to write a whole book if there's just one
Yeah,
chapter?
just and appeals can go on and on and on. So there's always
Absolutely.
going to be,
There'll always be something to wait on.
right. So you're right. I guess just, I wouldn't have to do another book. So I think I can finalize. There are some pictures that I'm waiting for I want to include. And then I kind of need to sit with Brianna, because some of the pictures, I'm trying to make the pictures go with the correct chapter of like, the timeline of
Right,
events, I guess, so to speak. And I'm a little confused with some things because, I'm not 100% okay. So I need to sit with Brianna and make sure I have each picture, where they should be in the book. So
right,
I'm
right.
trying to get that in order. And then I'm ready to go. But, I'm kind of afraid because what if it's a failure? What if I
You
make
can't
this?
go there. Okay, so
I
that's a
know I'm
topic we
already
could
talking
talk
myself.
about.
I'm like, oh no, what happens if, this
Yeah, but
happens?
you
But
can't live your life like that. That's an important topic, to talk about, to have fear kind of squash, our belief in ourselves. We have to have a stronger belief in ourselves, or at least a stronger belief in the cause than, what I mean? You have to have a stronger belief in your cause
right.
than you do in not believing in it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Than in letting the doubt in. It's so easy to let the doubt in. It's hard to stand up against things, but so well worth standing up against. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And, I said, I know people, I know certain people who I know are going to read the book. I know they are, you know, but then I'm so fearful that, but I can't be this way because anytime you come, like even on YouTube, Facebook, if you say something or talk about something, there's always that fear that somebody's going to come on and blast you for something. And I'm sure after the book is out, I'm going to get some of that, and I expect it. I just want to have the strength to handle it appropriately and not lash out, if and when that happens.
Well, you will. You will, because this stuff will come. It'll come to you. Hi, SB. It'll come to you. Like in comments and stuff like that. You like over here in chat maybe. So, you don't have to respond to that. You know what I'm saying? Like people are going to be critical. Hi, Marianne. People are going to be critical, because there's going to be people for whatever reason that stand up, that stand up to or stand up for Chris. You
Oh
know how
yeah.
many people stand up for Wade Wilson, the guy that unalived two women with those
Oh,
cat?
I
You know,
wanted to ask you about him. I know we're going off topic again, but you brought up his
no,
name.
just you are. I'm joking. I'm playing
I'm
with.
sorry, I do that.
I'm playing with.
Um, what is this? Is it Jumpsuit Pablo? Am I saying that right? I
Yeah,
think
jumpsuit Pablo. Yep.
he reported, and I didn't get to watch his whole show because I haven't been on YouTube most of the weekend, but I thought he said, I don't mean to laugh, but Wade Wilson was unalived in prison but brought back, so he's now alive
Yeah.
again. Is that
Yes.
accurate?
Yeah. I watched the same thing. Yeah, he OD'd, and then
Okay.
he was brought back to life. Yeah, I think it's a couple times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I just briefly saw that,
Mhm.
and I had this. I don't want to call it a fascination, but the Wade Wilson trial
Right.
intrigued me. I guess the way he looked and stuff, I couldn't stop watching.
He had Wade wives. He had people sending
I
him
didn't like him
money.
like
No, no,
that.
no. He had people sending him money. He had
Yeah,
this whole thing. Hi, Buffy Love.
but yeah.
Jumpsuit
So that's
Pablo.
what
There's
caught
a
my
lot of
eye.
people love Jumpsuit Pablo. I watch him too. I love him too. I watch AG Tactical. I like him a lot, and I'm friendly with him. He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
He's a nice. His channel's blowing up, guys.
yeah.
If
I
you
see
don't
that.
know, yeah, if you guys don't know AG Tactical, please go over there and check him out. He's
Yeah,
something.
definitely. He's
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 something.
got some good stuff over there.
Yeah, and he covers a lot of cases. It's not just one that he sticks on. He covers a lot of cases. I heard he was a chef before, like his channel. Apparently, he was a chef, and then ultimately he'd go to work like I go to work, and his channel ultimately blew up, and he was able to leave his job. I'm
Oh
waiting
my
for that,
goodness.
guys. Yeah, you guys help me out. I'm trying to do the same thing.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, no, his channels, yeah, he's doing a good job. And he's a nice guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
he seems very nice, and
he's a nice guy. He's funny, and he's a nice guy. And he doesn't. Sometimes he'll say something, and it's like that didn't land right, and he'll catch it, and he'll be like, "Yeah, that was stupid."
Right. I like
So
him
he's able to
though. I
laugh
mean,
at himself.
he's very real. He's not,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
says what's on his mind,
I agree. I agree.
and I respect that.
I agree. I agree. Yep, absolutely. I agree with that lady. Anybody got anything they want to share? Hey, CJ, how you doing? Welcome. Glad you guys
Hi.
found us. So what happened was, I'm just going to tell you guys. So I would like to do this, like I would like to alternate like this every other week. Maybe we could do on. I'll do on my channel. You'll do on your channel, Rebecca.
Yeah, we'll just let people know ahead of time
Mhm.
so they know where to look.
Yeah. So so it will do like every other week. I think it'll be a good thing. So next week will be on my channel. You
Sure.
know what
Yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
sounds good to me. That's
Because
fine.
what happened was I used up all of my free StreamYard, and I don't have StreamYard except for free, so I used up all my thing until the 28th of this month. So that's what happened.
Yeah. Um, Somebody's asking how Brianna's doing. She's okay. She's hanging in there. She she's trying to she wants to have another baby, so she's working on that. Um, and she's just raising her daughter and living life, to the best of her ability under the circumstances.
Don't pimp me out there, Milk Honey and Mayhem, but thank you. Uh,
That's funny. I think
uh,
a lot of people would agree to that, though. We all want to
yeah,
go
but
around
yeah,
full.
everybody's struggling in this world, guys. Everybody's just struggling.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
it's true. But we still want our Toddy. We want to see more of you.
Well, I'm gonna try to do some more stuff. I'm working on it because I do want to get over here full time. So I am. I'm working on some stuff. I'm putting out a lot more video. So yeah, I'm doing it. I'm working my way. I'm
Well,
working my way back to YouTube.
Toddy, I don't want to gossip, but I hear that a certain someone is looking for someone to pick up her show because she may have lost her spot on her current network. So maybe you can get involved in that. You know her well.
Oh, Gypsy?
Who? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe, huh? Just saying. I mean, you know her very well. Maybe you can help her
I
out.
don't know her at all. I only know that rumor will get me into trouble. People
I'm
think that,
sorry.
yeah, I don't know her at all.
Yeah.
Never spoke to her
I don't
except
know what
the way
I
that we're speaking now, and I've never spoken to her
yeah,
directly.
no, I
I've
don't mean to
spoken
say
at
that.
her directly when she stole my coined tag phrase, "Be better today than you were yesterday, not half as good as you'll be tomorrow," and then
Yeah,
tried to flip it around into something that was hers and
yeah.
terribly said.
I haven't, like I said, I haven't been on a lot because I had a busy weekend, like since Friday. I've been running around, but did she shave her head or something?
She
And
did shave her head.
okay,
She did, and we could talk about that because that's a behavioral thing. So,
yeah,
um, some people said, and I don't think this is true, that she fried her hair because she had done so much to her hair
right,
at this point that so they said that she had to shave her head, but only certain parts of it. That doesn't make a lot of sense in my opinion because she's got
nah,
like this pirate thing going on the left hand side now that covers one eye. I don't find that to be attractive at all. And her with short hair is not a good look for her. I think she did it as there's some sort of I say mental illness with Gypsy Rose because
yeah,
yeah, she did unalive her mom, and as we
she
know,
did.
and there's no remorse there. And I mean, she just butchered the hell out of her hair. It's yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something definitely going on.
Yeah, I think that her and Ken aren't together. That's my opinion, only because we haven't seen Ken anywhere, and we've only seen more or less a manic gypsy. She did a live stream, Rebecca. This to me is friggin' hysterical. I have done like 4 or 5 videos, and I'm going to continue because I'm having a blast making fun of her live stream because she is interviewing herself and she is treating herself like the most important person in the world and like these made up questions. Like there's nobody there. She's talking into an empty camera and she's more or less interviewing herself, and it is friggin' hysterical. There is something wrong with that behavior. When I was a kid, I mean, when I was a child, I thought, oh, I want to be a singer. I want to be on stage. I would have all these fake interviews with myself.
Right.
It stopped when I was about 10 years old.
Right. Look in the mirror and, you know, yeah.
But
But
to
she's
go
not,
ahead and do it and put it out there on a live stream is there's something wrong. That is a mental illness right there.
yeah, yeah. I think that's a fact. She's definitely not well. And I question, I don't know how it works in prison, but I would assume before a release, I mean, isn't there some kind of evaluation um, to make sure you're ready to go back out into the world? And I
Chief,
often
I
wonder.
don't know what happened with her. Buffy Love, welcome. I'm glad you found us. CJB, all of you guys, so glad you found us. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm sorry, Rebecca. I didn't have any more StreamYard, and Rebecca said, well, shit, it's my show too. Let me do it on my channel too. And I said, by all means. So now we're gonna do it every other week on each other's channel. So now you know where to find us, guys. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Can you go ahead? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, I don't remember what I said.
That's okay. You're old.
I'm just, I
I say that to me all the time. I forgot what I said. That's okay. I'm old.
my mind just, it wanders
You were
from
talking. We were talking about, her
when you get
self-importance.
released from prison.
Yeah, yeah, and what kind of requirements? She's
Yeah,
lied about that, and she actually has talked about that in her self-important interview, where she says, prison is basically an adult babysitter. Like that's what she said, and that's not true. And she said, you can do things that they, allow you to do. Like no, they always encourage you to do courses, to do therapy, like you have classification officers, they want you to do that. They don't encourage you to sit and lay in the cell. But if you're laying in the cell minding your own business, they don't care because they just don't have the help that
right,
that they need to have. But if you could get into groups, that's up to you to do it. And she was talking about basically how much time she had in there, but did absolutely nothing with her time by telling us all this stuff that she could have done, making it seem like I don't know what she was thinking, but I mean, that's why I'm taking that interview apart and self-important interview that she interviews herself. I still can't believe that. That is the funniest thing. Like you have to watch it just to see her interview herself. Like it's so unbelievable.
yeah,
And she came out of hiding to do it this, and then at the very end of it all, and then she puts in an intermission. Oh my god!
oh my
Like
goodness,
an intermission. I haven't seen an intermission since I saw Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I mean, come
my
on.
goodness.
She's unbelievable. And supposedly at the very end, I think she tells everybody to F off and leave her alone. But she came out to do all of this. Nope. Like, she has been, she said she wants to be private, but she wants to come out and tell us that she wants to be private. Like, okay, you were being private. Like, I wasn't finding any more content about her. I've gone on to other things and stuff.
Right,
That's not good enough. No, she came up with the parodies. I really thought the parodies were okay. Like I liked that, but I mean, she even came back with that when she said she was going to go away. Then she went on Breeze Live after she said she was going to go away. Talked about pulling her eyebrows out with her fingers in prison and cutting her hair with hair clippers. This is after she wants to go away. Then she goes away again and then comes back out with the self-important self interview of
yeah,
why she needs to take time away and explains um the whole reason why she doesn't have a television show anymore. But they actually required her to work while she had a television show on the television show. Can you imagine going to a job and expecting them to have expecting they expect you to work at that job? Like who? Who expects you to work when you go to work? Like
Right.
I don't know. She was so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yep, 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 yep.
I thought I saw a clip of, I think she was it Ken was with her in the video, and they were talking about something about he would put $300 on her commissary every month
Yep.
to help her parents out because they were struggling because they were sending Mia to college or something.
They sent me into college on Gypsy's money, or which is really Dee Dee's back. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, but I try to keep up. I don't know. I remember seeing, I don't know if it was on Lifetime or something, way back before all of this happened. There was a short, I don't know if it was a Lifetime movie or something, or if maybe it was on the news. I don't know, but there was a story about Gypsy and her mother getting this house that they were given from Habitat for Humanity.
Right.
That's the first time I heard about Gypsy, and it was kind of fascinating because I'm like, oh, this poor little girl, so sick, and the mother having to 24,
Fooled ya.
you know, and then to think now that little girl could get out of that chair and walk whenever she wanted.
Absolutely. Yep.
And
She fooled
that
you.
just blows my mind how she went on with this whole gig for the whole time. And the thought that occurred to me, why didn't she just get up and walk out while her mother was sleeping? Why did she have to do that?
She
Just
didn't have
leave.
to wait for her mom to be asleep because her mom was obese and diabetic and had cancer. She wasn't going to catch Gypsy. Gypsy could have actually woken her mom up from a sound sleep and said, I'm leaving. Catch me if you can. And I
Yeah,
stole all the money too.
yeah, I'm not
And
doing this anymore. I want
yeah,
out.
she had the opportunity. You'll have to ask Gypsy. See if she'll come on your show, your
She won't.
channel.
I can't get, she's untouchable, man. She's like a celebrity. I can't get near her.
Well, she thinks she's a celebrity.
I know.
She even made a comment. She was like, "Oh, when I got my haircut, it was like breaking news." Don't fucking flatter yourself, yo. If we're talking about the behavior, we're not talking about your damn haircut per se, and it ain't a good haircut. But we're really talking about the behavior. She's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
And
I
and
said,
Drew A79 says we all want the answer to that question, Rebecca.
yeah, I mean, it's,
Kansas City Chiefs fan, Drew A79.
I just don't understand. Just get up and leave. You were a grown up. You weren't this sickly child. Go, get up, walk out, leave your mom alone, walk away from her.
She'd have to be strong to do that,
Yeah.
and she's not.
And then we go back to the other person that's still sitting in prison. And
Yeah, Nick.
it's
Nick,
so unfair,
it definitely is.
you
He's
know?
in there for life, but I don't know. Maybe that's and forgive me, guys. Maybe it's the safest place for him because he's still being manipulated while he's inside there.
Yeah,
If he wanted more, or if somebody who really loved him wanted more for him, at this point they would have stood up and said, "We want more for him." But
yeah,
there's strangers like me, and I'm fighting him on wanting more for him when he's sitting there, having other people dictate to him. So I can't fight that battle anymore.
right, right.
You know.
No, I know. I,
She's a legend in her own mind, CJB. You know that Carly Simon song? She's a legend in her own mind, a hero in the spotlight. Yep, that's Carly Simon. Legend in her own mind. And the Menendez brothers. I don't know why we're talking about true crime because you have me on your channel. Silly you. The Menendez brothers were denied parole.
I
And
did see that
yeah,
on
I
you.
thought that Gypsy was going to walk off into the distance because of that. Because imagine had they have gotten off parole and were now living their life. I mean, there would be life after lockup Menendez brothers. I mean? Like there would be so much focus on the Menendez brothers and them living their lives. Gypsy would have faded away for sure. She would have faded away.
Oh
So
yeah,
I think she's going to come back very soon because I think she was counting on the Menendez brothers to get paroled, and they didn't. So she's still the news.
Yeah. Yep. I'm sure we haven't seen the last of her.
Oh man, she can't help herself.
No.
She can't help herself. Absolutely can't. Does anybody have anything to talk about as far as recovery or what a week they had? Want to come up on the panel and talk about how tough life is, secrets to get by in life? Anybody want to do that? I'm gonna check the emails again and see if because I thought we did have somebody coming.
Yeah, I for some reason I really thought somebody said something about this week, but I mean I didn't get any emails from anybody, so I don't know.
Hang on, hang on. No, we don't have anything new coming up. At this point, that person wouldn't, you know, person would think that we blew them off, but they should write to us. Yeah, I don't have anything here that I see.
Okay. Well, there's always next week.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I don't see anybody.
So what do you think if Gypsy doesn't get another show? What do you think she'll do for a living?
Well, she wants to sell her artwork, and let her do it. Leave her alone, Rebecca. Let her see her
Yeah,
artwork.
I should
Um,
picking on
yeah,
her.
she's saying that we are picking on her.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, well, she can't get a regular job because she has a child. Don't you know that?
true,
I mean, like everybody in the world who has a child, they can't work. Don't you know that, Rebecca?
true. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I forget about that sometimes.
Yeah, so I mean, she's got to stay at home and take care of her child. And I don't know, she never said anything about remote work from home. She talked about her artwork and why she can charge $150, and she can.
People will buy it.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Well, yeah, people buy it and they unbox it and make fun of her.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so yeah.
So, has anything? Nobody has anything they want to talk about as far as any triggers or issues with substance abuse or anything?
Anybody? Maybe it'll be a early one this week,
Yeah, no,
Rebecca.
and that's okay. I
And
mean,
and absolutely, and you guys can still reach out to me or Rebecca, if
anytime.
you want to, and anybody who catches this later and realizes what happened why we messed things up, why it was my fault and I went through all my StreamYard. Sorry. Um, and you guys just come on and reach out and tell your story. If it's a story about CPS, if it's a story about recovery, if it's just a struggle in life where you're just making it in life,
Yeah,
and you want support, you want to share your story. Sometimes sharing your story gives you strength. It makes you responsible for
I
the
agree.
outcome and
And
stuff.
I'm
Gives you
very
power.
interested. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Toddy.
That's okay.
I was saying I'm very interested in if anyone has any dealings with being in recovery and dealing with CPS or DCFS or DCPMP, Child Protective Services, wherever you are, it's called something else. But I would love to hear some stories about someone who maybe was dealing with them during their struggle and how they approached it and dealt with it. I would love to hear if anybody has any dealings with them and being in recovery along with that issue. So I would love to hear that. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have dealt with CPS and addiction. I'm just curious to see how CPS handles a case like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Buffy, if you want to join on chat, I mean, to come up here because you're struggling with something. The only thing that we ask you to do is to send me or Rebecca an email, just so that we have, just so that we know who you are. I mean, we know who you are in the chat and stuff, but just send us an email and then we'll go ahead and shoot the link down below if you want to do that. Just let us know if you're going to do that, though.
And if not today, or if you don't want to do it here, you can always email. I'm always available if you want to send an email and talk privately. We could do that, whatever you
That's
choose to do.
Rebecca Mitchell 03
Yeah,
at
I don't know how to get it up
gmail.com.
there, Toddy. Like you do all that good stuff. I don't know how to get all that on the screen or anything.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Well, you're going to have to pin it on the thing. So I'm putting it up here now.
Okay.
You have to see where the right hand side is. Well, I'm sorry, just click on where it says Toddie One Skip Rebecca Michelot okay, do that. Just click on that.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
See
I
how
did
it's,
it. Oh, look
yep.
at that.
See?
Jeez.
Yep.
That was fun. Learning something new every day.
Yep. There you go. There you go. And it'll stay there until you put another one there.
Okay.
So just reach out. Just reach out, Buffy Love. Just the only reason why is because if somebody comes on and does something inappropriate on this channel, we want to hold somebody accountable for it. So that's why
Right.
we're asking for an email. Just an email that we just have an email on you, a legitimate email. We're not going to share anything, and then you come on. Because usually we don't do it the same day. Usually people write to us and we set them up in that week, and it's
Right.
from an email. Yeah,
Well,
Silver Wolf isn't here. She might not be here. Um, she might not be here because um, she might not be able to find us. But
right.
yeah, there were some concerns around here. I'm really not sure what's going on here. Case and Lee, you know, um,
We
if you're struggling, man, I'm sorry you're struggling. But if you're really trying to unalive yourself, I can't have you here glorifying it, which I'm sure you can understand. And there you go. So, when you call a group of people that are talking about recovery and stuff losers, it clearly you don't need to be here. So,
I'll pray for you.
you know.
That's all I could do. I'll pray for.
There you go. You're learning whatever you said earlier about showing grace. You got it, Rebecca, because you got a lot more than me. Because I was just ready to tell you to boot him out.
No, and
Boot
you
him
know
out.
what? I'll even go a little bit further. When you're ready and you want to talk or absorb what we're all talking about here, you're welcome back anytime.
Yeah,
That's what
nobody
I'm here
should be
for.
joking about domestic violence. Or what are you kidding me? Um,
Yeah, I don't understand when someone will, come on to, a chat like this and be so negative. We clearly say we're here to talk. We're not professionals. We give our opinions, and obviously, if you don't agree with it, then maybe we're not the show for you, and you should just.
exactly, exactly,
I don't want to
exactly.
be abused on here, and I hate to say that word. I'm probably going to get in trouble for using that word, but I'm not going to let people call me names because they don't agree with what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to see anyone harm themselves or do anything bad. And that's what we stated when that person said that they were
Right.
thinking that. And that wasn't what they wanted to hear, apparently. So,
Yeah.
you know, what are you
We're
going to
not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
do? No. But, like I said, I'll pray for them. That's all we can do, and just wish them the best.
Absolutely so. Absolutely so.
But if nobody else has anything to talk about, I mean, we can wrap it up and,
We
plan
can
for
catch on next week for sure on my channel.
Yes, yes, definitely. Um, yeah, and maybe somebody will want to come on and talk.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm gonna go lay down for an hour, and then I'm gonna wake up and do a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I think I might do the same thing.
Cool.
That's how I feel.
All right. Well, I'll speak to you later, Rebecca. I'll definitely see you next week for sure. I'll send you a link as soon as I have, more space, which will be on the 28th. You're
Okay.
very welcome, guys. Thank you guys for being here for us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. And, spread the word, guys, please. Please share this because I think that people are looking for a place to meet and, you know, find like-minded people. 1980, you too, my friend. You too, my friend. I did a great live with her. She's got a new channel up called Millennial at Midnight.
Oh,
That is very interesting if you like snakes.
wait,
Not
did you
just
say
snakes.
millennial at midnight?
Yeah, that's
Wait, does it come
Texas
on at
Band.
midnight? Because I'm
Well,
not
no,
usually
that's when no, no,
late.
no. Well, that's when she'll upload stuff, but it's still there. Like
Okay.
so, yeah, you don't have to be up at midnight.
Yeah, sometimes I don't make it to midnight.
Yeah,
So,
that's okay. I'm not sure she does, but she'll upload the stuff then.
all right, sounds good. I'll have to check it out. But
Yeah,
all right, everyone, we're gonna shut down for today. And if anybody needs to reach out, you know where to find me or Toddie. And
right
hopefully
there.
we'll see
Yep.
you all next week.
Very good. Very good. All right, Rebecca. I'll see you next week too. If you need me beforehand, reach out.
All right, thank you.
All
Everyone have
right.
a good
Take care,
week.
guys.
Bye bye.
All you do is shut off. Make sure you shut off where it says end live.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hit it twice. Make sure that it shuts off on the screen itself. Okay.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. All right. You're
Bye
welcome.
bye.
Bye bye.